Hello and welcome to a map review. We are going to be looking at this map here. It's called Norge Crest Valley or Norge. So it is I guess actually a Goldcrest edit, I think. So the map is a chopped straw capable map. It's also seasons ready. So we're going to add that. It also comes with this here, lime big bag, as a module required. So we're going to add that. We're going to add seasons. We're going to change the line driver. And essentially that's what we're going to do. That's all we have. So let's load this up. We're going to look at the error log to see if there's anything interesting in here as we load. So far, nothing. Although, actually, hold on, we've got some errors there. Digital amount mover no fill type assigned. So it's been disabled. So, not sure what that is for. Something is broken there. And see in a minute once it's done and have a proper look at the log. So kind of loaded up all the fill types. Some additional fill types have been added, compost and a few other things, lime and so on. And I'm just looking at this. There's something there with the refinery possibly, which is just not quite worked out. So that's it. So let's go in. Then so we are running seasons here at the moment because we want to take a look at everything. So I'm just going to advance the time whilst we sort of do our initial look around the map. But this kind of looks a little bit like Goldcrest, by the way, so let's just pull up, oops, wrong one, pull up the map. So here we have it. It is pretty much Goldcrest, field-wise and everything else, and layout. On the map you can see there are a few additional little icons here, which are to sort of add to the map. The animals are all sort of, I think they're in the same places as they were, maybe. Actually no, I think this is actually a little bit different down here. This is a bit different down here. So there are some tweaks really to the original Goldcrest sort of area, but we've got some stuff up here. We've got a few bits and pieces up here. So we've got some various bits and pieces everywhere. So in terms of starting point, we have standard fruit types plus oats, rye, spelt, millet and dried cacao. So we've got some multi-fruiting going on here. We start off with fields 15, 14 and 12 and no other fields. So we just have those sort of three fields close to the farm. Everything needs fertilizer. We're running seasons here, so we've got no crops to harvest from the outset as well. In terms of sell points, we have a grand total of 15. As you can see, normal fruit types across the top here. We've got some milk in here as well. We've got our forage and wool. Yes, that's wool. We've got pig food, we've got grass, we've got our multi-fruits here. We have lime, we have compost, we have wood, and we have logs or something. Then we've got flour at the end there. So we don't start with any animals. There are no animals to start off with, and we have 200,000 on the silo. So let's take a quick look at the equipment. We start off with a New Holland 8340, 2 Case 1455 XLs, and a Case 1660 axial flow combine. We have a 14-foot header for the combine, a Metaltech DB8 trailer, a Cullimer L300 cultivator. We have a Great Plains 3P 1006 NT seeder, which is able to do fertilization, but it is not a direct seed seeder, so we have to cultivate. We have a Lizard pickup truck, we have a Karcher power washer, and we have 3 placeable storage shelters. Now, looking at those, these are probably this one here and probably one other. If we actually just look, this is the yard we sort of start off with. Pretty much the same as a Goldcrest yard that you start off with. We've got seeds and fertilizer over here. See, we've got a little shack here. We have more storage sheds over there. You can see the sheds over in the distance. We've got one of the fields there we have with a combine on it and the tractor ready to go. Let's just quickly check these out here. So say we've got storage sheds here. Over here we have a pig food mixer. This is in German, but it's essentially normal stuff. We've got protein, we've got grains, and I cannot remember what the last one is. So those are the sort of standard things. Fruits, cereals, and protein. There's fruits. So potatoes, sugar beet. This is the output for said mixer. Slightly different setup. And so you've got it's going to go into a pile basically. We've got grass, silage, and straw for our TMR mixer. And here we have it. This is again the loading system here. We've got slightly different layout, but it's essentially the same. Now what we've got here is 3 functioning units for producing various fertilizer related and seed elements. This one takes manure and liquid manure and gives you fertilizer out. These are then taken into this next one, which basically gives you fertilizer and grain in and will get you seed out. Now this last one, if memory serves, is fertilizer and water in and gives you liquid fertilizer out. So this is your kind of fertilizer production. All of those kind of fertilizer needs done here. And this is that lot that's kind of next door to the farm. So we're going to nip across the road here and go to the rest of the farm. We might have to jump around a little bit because this is spread out, but in essence we've got this field. I think it's the same as original. Got the chickens over there, so the chicken coop is there. The straw barn here, sell point for straw and hay. Then we've got the silo. We've got a great big digital dashboard here for the silo. It does actually look a little bit low, but I suppose it's okay. This is a drop-off point for the silo. We have here the shed. Now what we've got here, we've got some storage sheds. This is seed, fertilizer and fuel. We've got a couple of storage sheds. I don't think there's anything in these. Nope. We don't have a huge amount of equipment to start with. So this is storage shed, as you can see. Oops, inside. It's a bit misty in these sheds. Why is doors basically playing funny bits? Another storage shed here as well. And there we go. So we've got quite a few storage sheds. Then we've got the cow pasture over here. So we've got a cow shed. You can just see over on the left the water. So that is the water trough. Okay, the cow shed. Loading point for the animals. Then we've got our usual tipping point for TMR, straw, and so on. And then we have a silage clamp. This is the milk pickup location, so you can basically get your milk. This is the the slurry and the solid manure. And then we've got the grass for the cows. So that's the cow pasture. Pretty self-contained. We've got various horses wandering around as well, which is kind of intriguing, as you can see. Randomly walking around instead of people. So the interesting thing, and I just want to note this, you don't actually start with anything in the silo. This is going to be interesting because effectively when you're using seasons, your crop's gone when you start. You've got nothing to harvest to get some initial money. So you are stuck with 15,000 and you've got to work off that. It makes it interesting, and I'm hoping you have seed and so on. So this is the pig, no sorry, this is the sheep pasture, which is quite straightforward. We've got water and grass there. We have the kind of animal load area here, and then we have our place for wool pallets, so they will spawn there. And obviously you've got another field here. This looks like it is. Yeah, this is just waiting to be seeded, and so on. So that's kind of the farmyard sorted. So that's pretty much all the farmyard here. Let's pop up to the pigs and check out the pig enclosure. Fairly straightforward. Load point for the pigs here, food here, and water just over there. Another silage clamp up here as well, although it's not necessarily required for the pigs. Got a little bit of forestry around the pig area, but this is just the standard pigsty. So there's a little bit of forestry around this little area up here, as you can sort of see. If we just take to the air a little bit, you can see that's looking down at Norge Crest Pacific Grain. This is kind of looking back towards the BGA. Then we're looking down that way towards the farm. You can see in the distance amongst the haze, as it were. We've got a few trees, not a huge amount, but there's just the odd tree around there. So I'm actually going to advance this because the weather's not particularly awesome. Let's have a look elsewhere on the map. So first off, let's hit the BGA. Pretty much standard BGA. I'm not sure, but this might be set up to allow you to tip here. But it's an above ground silo king. It's pretty much the normal BGA that's here. You've got silage clamps, several of them, and then you've got a digestate over here. I am not 100% certain, but I would say this is a standard silo king. However, this is implying that you can tip onto the floor, but I would kind of watch out for that. We can't actually jump to this location here because but I think this is actually these are actually points of interest. So we're going to kind of jump around. I'm going to try and jump as close as possible to each of these. I'll actually then take a look. So I'm going to go to this one and we're going to run this way. It's unfortunate. So we've got a windmill over here. I can just see the windmill in the distance. I suspect this windmill is for production of flour. So let's kind of just get closer, see what we've got. So I can see we've got a pallet handler and what looks like a pallet spawn point. So that's definitely looks like production for flour. We have a tipping point here for grains. I don't see. You can see we've actually got nice little internals as well. This looking quite cool. Can we go up? Yep, we can actually go up inside this group. Inside here, we can actually go outside as well. Whoa! I almost got. It's actually pretty scary. And there we have it. There's the thing. So I actually am looking for a. Ah, there it is. So we just need to give it cereals, and we'll get pallets of mill. Well, it's calling them mill pallets, so I'm guessing that's flour. That's this point here. Next up, I want to check out here. So we're going to jump up to field 1 marker here, kind of run up through this. So got a bit of forestry going on here as well. Nice little lit road into the woodlands. Not sure what was up here originally on the original map. Don't recollect what was up here. But we've got a nice little roadway and got a little campfire yard, but now we've got we have something here. This is the lime. So that's what he's done here. So diesel and water, and you get chalk or lime, I guess, coming out. So that's basically what he's done here. Quite cool. Yeah, he's got a little porta potty as well. That's quite cool. This is up here at the top of the map. Check out the right agribusiness. It is the standard Goldcrest sale point. Drive-through drop-off for grain, and then we've got slurry or similar. To actually do it. Right. Next up, we have Stanton Sawmill. So we've got a couple of things here. This is a standard sawmill that's on Goldcrest. Selling point for wood and wood chips, as you can see. Then we've got another little building here. This is creating boards. Guess this is the board manufacturer. We drop off logs and fuel. So fuel is wood chips or straw, and you'll get board pallets out, and you'll get wood chips out. So that's that. I'm not sure. There's a symbol here. This is a sale point in the mill pond. It's just some rocks in the ground, and I think there's nothing else here. Though I do see something across the road. So that's the same point for wood chips there. So let's head up here. And we have got a yes, this is a biodiesel plant. So this guy takes oilseed rape or canola and effectively gives you fuel, digestate, and forage out. So that'll be digestate, the biodiesel here, and then this is your forage. So that's at this little spot here. I just wanted to check, but I want if there's something behind this. It looks like there's something on the map behind this, but oh yes, there's just a little shed or something on there. It's not actually something we can do about. So Maplefield Mill is a train-only sale point, standard from the Goldcrest map. And that's just here. Then we have across the road from it, we have the resort, the Goldcrest Northern Lodge. This is the hotel, and then there's a little kind of beachfront thing that goes on here, and swimming pool and so on. So that's a standard Goldcrest item. Gomez Ridge Access. This is again Gomez Ridge Acres. Is a standard sell point from the Goldcrest map, and there you can see it's next to Field 25. We've got the shop and the little town. Standard thing. Nothing has changed there, as you can see. And we've got a nice big vacant lot front for parking. Spinnery is over here. Standard thing, not really any difference, although it does have a basketball net on there. There is potentially some forestry down here and also down here. Not sure what this is here. This is, I think, different. Looks a little bit different. Ah, it is a bit different. That is because we've got some production here. So this looks like the soy milk production. Yes, so somewhere down the side. Yes, so what we've got here is this is the GE placed soy milk production. Now this one is different from the one you can get as a placeable, because this one has opening and closing hours. So between midnight and 12 PM you can drop off soybeans and so on. Between 7 AM and 7 PM you can pick up milk and your output. So effectively your inputs can only be done at night effectively and into the morning, and then the production happens, and then you can pick up sort of between certain hours. So that is this. It's a standard thing. It takes diesel as an input. It takes water. Does this open? Oh, those doors don't open. Oh, it's because it's locked. So this is actually showing that it's actually locked, and you can't do your drop-offs and so on. So the diesel and so on, you can't use those, but you can do the pickups. So actually what I'm looking for is the inputs. So here you go: soybeans, water, fuel, big food, liquid manure, and milk as the output. So that's what we're looking for on this one. There's a few other things on this lot. So I see we have a separator of some kind. We've got a controller here. Digestate in, it gives you fuel and fertilizer out. We have over here storage by the looks of it. I think these are storage for digestate and slurry. There's a sign there which I can't just see. Yes, digestate and slurry. We've also got a diesel storage here as well, and liquid fertilizer. There's kind of a little storage and work area just here. Tank Dorf. This is fuel cell point basically. That's what we have here. Then we've got the Denton Bakery standard sale point, plus we have somewhere here a sell point for flour. I'm guessing it's actually the same spot. So we can sell flour here as well. Which is basically where we're stood. Next up we have the animal dealer, pretty much a standard animal dealer. Next door to that we have Mary's Farm, which is basically a standard sale point. They sell grains and so on, but also manure. Greta Parton is, what is this? Not sure what that is. It's a sell point. Greta Parton is, wherever it is, I'm guessing this is your boards of wood. At Greta Parton. So, and then we've got up here milk sale point. We've also got standard grain sale point, as you can see here. Drop off location. And I think there's 3 up here. We've got 3 little sale points up here. We've got Pacific Grain, got milk sale point, and got milk. I'm not sure what that is. I think that's related to this. It's in here as well. That one there. This is milk. This is our milk sale point. So there we have it. That's pretty much everything on the map. Actually, no, it isn't. We've missed a bit. This bit here. So we've got some stuff here. That's the, what have we got here? So we've got a, what it looks like to be a board manufacturing setup here, making pallet boards. Standard thing, logs on the input, fuel on the, and then we get board pallets and wood chips. That's just here, a board production thing going on. And we've got a fuel cell point here as well at the top. And that, I think, is everything now. We've covered everything off. These are forestry areas, so there's quite a bit of forestry on here as well. What I'm going to do is just head out to the front. We've got more horses. I'm going to jump up into the air a little bit. We're going to have a look at the countryside. So I'll take a shot. So first thing, we're running seasons, so let's take a look at the seasons. So we're in spring, but everything's very dark green, and I don't see much in the way of deciduous trees. So here is very, very green. So actually what I'm going to do, I'm going to move over here a minute. So I want to see if there's any deciduous trees, and there's not many close to the farm. So there's really nothing but evergreen trees. Interestingly enough, we're up in the air, so I'm going to try and cycle through the seasons and see what we see. So let's try spring. Okay, so that's changed a lot of the grass. The grass has kind of gone lighter. There's a few little deciduous trees around that have kind of darkened, that have lightened up. But generally speaking, things around the little town have got a little bit lighter. So let's go into summer, and I'll watch everything get slightly darker. slightly darker plants, slightly darker trees. What deciduous trees there are, they've gone a bit darker. Let's go to autumn. Okay, we've got some browns in there now. Some of the grass is looking a bit darker. We've got some little trees around that have kind of changed their textures. But as you can see, the wider countryside is all evergreen trees. So essentially, we're not. This is, you know, definitely kind of like a Northern Europe type area. Although there's lots of US flags around. So let's go to winter. And you'll see a few changes. Some trees just sort of disappeared and some of the colours gone from the landscape, but there's not a huge change. Let's have a look at the snow. So we'll add a layer of snow. Take a minute or so for it to kind of roll across the landscape. As you can see, it's slowly rolling across the landscape. Roads are, let's just get a bit closer to the ground. All the roads do actually have so there's a little bit of snow onto the main road, like here, kind of edged off. But if we add more, let's see what it kind of looks like with more snow. So I'm just going to add a few more layers, see if it thickens as we get more layers of snow. See, we've added a lot more layers, and we've actually now got snow on the main road. So effectively what's happening is that the snow is kind of, as it gets thicker, it affects more things. So I'm just going to nip to the farmyard so we can have a look around the farmyard. I'm going to nip over here. You can see the dog is a little bit covered in snow. The buildings have snow kind of you know, not inside, so that's good. There's a little bit of snow around the entrance to the farmhouse and so on. I say the dog's kind of got a little bit covered with snow. Wherever the dog has gone, there was a little dog here a minute ago. Literally, oh, there it is. This little dog is wandering off into the snow. It's kind of funny. So there we have it. So let's get back up into the air. Let's kind of leave you all with the following sort of shot. So if you've found this useful, this map review, please hit the like button. This has been the Norge Crest Valley version 2.2. It is seasons capable, it is chopped straw, and it has apparently animated drinks. I've not seen the animated drinks, but there's lots of animation on here. There's like walking horses, there's animals and so on. So yeah, there is apparently speed cameras and so on, all kinds of stuff. So apparently, I'm just looking at the actual notes, and I didn't actually realise this, but apparently you get fined for speeding on the roads on this actual map. This is something I've not seen on a map before, is actual fines for speeding. So this is actually quite cool. I'm actually, you know, I kind of really just want to test this out. So I'm just going to take the pickup truck and I kind of want to take this. We are going down the road. We are sliding a lot down the road. We should probably remove the snow, but it is kind of funny. And we are literally going across the field here. We're not doing anything realistic here. We are literally just wanting to test out the speed cameras. I really want to try out speed cameras. I mean, this might actually be it's one of those maps that basically I could do the drag race series down here. I want to get caught by a speed camera. Damn it. We were traveling too fast and we got a fine. That is actually so cool. As the first time I've ever seen that feature on any map, and I just had to try it out. So I should have done this earlier, but this is actually pretty cool. So we have just, tested out the speed camera functionality of the map by going 70 miles an hour in a 25, and boom, we get done again. So this is interesting. This is a very interesting map. I'd love to know how that works. We're getting another fine now. 9 miles over the limit, which is interesting. So yeah, there we have it. So this was Norge Crest Valley, and we've got some really interesting things on it. So yeah, the details for the map will be in the description. If you like this review, please hit the like button. If you want to see more, please subscribe to the channel. So with that, thank you all for watching, and I am going to leave you parts across the road in my pickup truck, holding up traffic in the snow. So thank you all for watching. Have a great day, and we'll see you guys next time.